Well, you guys know the old saying, when you get woke, you go broke. What we have seen from Bud Light for the past 2 months is a classic case of get woke, go broke. Yes, they are actually under the Anheuser-Busch brand, but boy, they have completely destroyed themselves like no company I've ever seen in my lifetime. I'm pretty sure probably, there's been other companies, that have collapsed in a similar way, but I can't think of one in my lifetime. This isn't like a Kmart going out of business or anything like that. I mean, that was essentially because times change. But when it comes to beer, it's simple. All you got to do is sell beer, respect your consumers, and that's it. But Bud Light didn't want to do that. They actually wanted to get along with the woke times, and then they played with the fire, and they got burnt. For almost 2 months now, guys, every single week, the sales keep declining. And this is supposed to be the number one beer in the U.S. by sales. But eventually, guys, when you go this long with declining sales, eventually someone else is coming for that top spot, guys. And now, guys, we reached a breaking point with Bud Light because they are in serious trouble right here in losing that top spot. I'm stunned that I'm actually looking at this, guys, but it's real. Look at this. Bud Light risks losing number one status in U.S. as sales plunge 25.7% in latest week. I'm going to repeat that again, guys. 25.7% in latest week. They're about to lose their number one spot, and chances are they probably already lost it. Let's read this, guys. Bud Light sales suffered their worst week ever, falling 25.7%, endangering its status as the world's number one beer, according to the latest data provided to the Post on Tuesday. The plunge follows a 24.6% decline from the previous week and the sixth straight week. Sales have been hit since transgender influencer Dylan Mulvaney promoted Bud Light on April 1st. And tomorrow is actually June 1st, so that'll be a full 2 months. The precipitous drop has narrowed the gap in sales between Bud Light and nearest rival Modelo Especial, which saw its sales surge 9.2% in the week ending May 20th, according to Bump Williams Consulting and Nielsen IQ data. Now, Modelo is actually under the Anheuser-Busch brand somewhat, but not really, because I believe here in the U.S., they're not actually owned by Anheuser-Busch. It's like some company in New York. I don't know how that actually works. So it's kind of is, but it isn't. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't understand that business part right there. But anyway, look at this. Quote, while Bud Light loses week after week, Modelo Especial gains week after week, and now Modelo outsells Bud Light on a national basis across all trade channels combined. Okay, so in other words, guys, Bud Light is not the number one selling beer in the U.S. It's over. They just said it right there. It's outselling Bud Light. Modelo outselling Bud Light. Right there. They just said it. Quote, if this continues, Modelo surpasses Bud Light for the year. But they've already passed them, guys. Anheuser-Busch InBev owns both brands, but it does not control Modelo in the U.S., where it is owned by a New York-based conglomerate, Constellation Brands. Okay, so that is the explanation right there as to why Modelo isn't exactly owned by Anheuser-Busch. This is an epic failure right here. This is epic, guys. All you had to do, one simple thing, respect your customers. You didn't want to do that. You wanted to get woke, thinking, all right, our customers are going to stick around no matter what. No, not this time. Not this time. You destroyed yourselves. And rightly so. It's only going to get worse, guys. I cannot wait to see, and it probably is going to happen when sales actually decrease 40%. Right now, guys, I'm pretty sure that the president of Bud Light right now, he has to be shaking in his pants because pretty soon, guys, his job is going to be on the line. I mean, he's running that company right there. His job has to be on the line. I don't know how you can actually sleep at night looking at the numbers. Week after week after week, it gets worse. And nothing is saving them. Look here. It says this is a big achievement for Modelo, but it's short term. Constellation is closing the gap and has said it wants to be the number one beer. For the 4-week period ending May 20th, Bud Light sales were down 24.3% compared with Modelo's 8% growth, according to the data. Man, classic case, guys, of get woke, you go broke. There seems to be no recovery in sight at all for Bud Light. No recovery. I mean, I know that we all saw the Miller Lite commercial. That was actually an old commercial where they got woke. I haven't heard anything about any of these other beer companies getting woke since Bud Light. I mean, these other companies overall are terrified now because of what has happened to Bud Light. Target is running for the hills. They're terrified. It wasn't a complete win because Target still has that weird prize stuff that they have, but they moved it from the front of the store to the back of the store and downsize. They're freaking out. When it comes to the LA Dodgers, embracing wokeness, now you got a couple of players coming out and slamming them for them actually honoring an anti-Catholic group. We need to be vocal, guys. We need to be vocal. We cannot let up. This is great news, guys. Bud Light is not the number one selling beer in America anymore. It is over. It is a short-term win, but however, it's still a massive win because we've seen how far Bud Light has dropped and these other companies are rising. There's alternatives out there. There's many, many alternatives out there, guys. Bud Light, they pissed off the wrong people. They pissed off their base. Now they're paying the price. They're paying the ultimate price. I mean, a few weeks back, guys, the stock market had a hold. They were recommending a hold on Anheuser-Busch. That thing is dropping and dropping and dropping and dropping. And I love this. I love this because I feel like, guys, we're making our voices heard out there. That we reject this stuff. These companies, they better listen. They better listen because the people that they're actually trying to pander to, they don't actually support your product. We talked about the same stuff in Hollywood, man. When Hollywood, their movies get woke, guess what? They go broke too. Hollywood has been playing this game for a while, and they've been losing money. Look at the MCU, going super woke, and they have all these flops. All these flops. I guess corporate America thought, you know what? When it comes to our beer, people still going to buy it. No, didn't work. Didn't work. Now they're paying the price. That CEO, Anheuser-Busch CEO, man, the president of Bud Light, they're probably not sleeping very well at night because they got to know, man, when you are losing money for investors, guess what? They're going to get you out of there. They're going to vote you out. Yeah, you'll get a nice little package, man, but your reputation will be, hey, we destroyed this thing. We destroyed this thing. And Bud Light losing that number one spot is massive. That's not a good look. It's not a good look. But we saw this, guys, because we saw how steep the decline in sales were for Bud Light. And all of these other beers were up 8%, 12%. I mean, even the beers under the Anheuser-Busch brand, yeah, they were slightly down. But some of these were like 2%, 1%, 3%, nothing drastic. But when you see 25%, 30%, that is massive right there. That says a lot. That is big time massive right there. This company's going under, and they are going under fast. I mean, at this point, since Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch hadn't apologized, I think a rebranding is going to happen sooner rather than later. I'm talking about they may actually end up changing the name of Bud Light. They're probably going to change it to something else. I don't know what it is. But a rebrand, I believe, is on the table. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and White Network fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And we'll catch you next time.